Got ourselves a nice little Cobra Kai Season 4 teaser, ladies and gentlemen, from the man himself, Tanner Buchanan, the man who plays Robbie Skywalker. I mean, Robbie Keane, sorry. Stop comparing it to Star Wars! Come on, it's very similar. It's very similar. But anyway, we got ourselves a little tease from the man himself who plays Robbie Keane about his emotional journey in Season 4. And this ties into everything I have been saying. Everything I have been saying. I've been saying for the longest time, trust me when I tell you this, Robbie's arc is going to be the best across the show. It's going to be. And Season 4 is going to ramp it up. It's going to ramp it up another gear. Now, to instill the context of what I'm about to say, this article is on Screen Rant. And, you know, the article just goes into say Cobra Kai star Tanner Buchanan has teased Robbie's turn to the dark side in Season 4. Yada yada yada. Robbie Keane is one of the new faces introduced in Cobra Kai, though he begins the show as something of a protagonist. Robbie's complicated relationship with his father Johnny casts a shadow over his actions. In the most recent installment of the Netflix hit series, Robbie finds alignment in Cobra Kai with one of Cobra Kai's most central villains. In new comments, Buchanan makes clear that his character has a long way to go before he figures out the person he wants to be. Everything I've been saying. During an interview for the Just for Variety podcast, Buchanan also discussed his upcoming lead role in the Netflix... yeah, we're not worried about he's all that. He said what fans should expect from Cobra Kai Season 4. Buchanan said the show would continue to grow. Speaking about Robbie specifically, he noted that the character would continue his turn to the dark side before deciding which path he ultimately wants to take. I've been saying this! And I quote, this is the quote, this is what Tanner had to say. The thing I can say about my character is, you know, he's turning to the dark side, because so many people have screwed him over in the past, and he's kind of tired of that. However, through this season, he has a lot of growing up to do, but I feel like this season is the moment specifically in his life where this is where he's going to decide what road he's going to take. You know what road he's going to take, and it's going to kind of influence the rest of his life, and he does make that decision. So I think it's not going to be left ambiguous, okay? From this, I can quite clearly see it's not going to be left ambiguous. It's going to be quite clearly set in stone the road he chooses. And, you know, it doesn't mean things can't change for him in Season 5 or 6, but the events of this season or this finale will shape the decision of where he goes for the rest of his ongoing story. I think it's pretty much clear what's coming up for Robbie is not just a choice. I think back to the speech that Uncle Ben gave Peter in the first Spider-Man film. These are the years when a man changes into the man he's going to become for the rest of his life. And it's true. It's absolutely true. Robbie's at that age where if he goes a certain route, he will be going that route for the rest of his life. He can get better and he can be a better person. But ultimately, the choices he makes next season will determine where he goes. And this is why I'm so excited for it, because this doesn't mean he's going to be necessarily goody-goody or baddie-baddie. It means he might win the tournament for Cobra Kai, and he might want to still be in Cobra Kai, but he might not want to be work under Silver. You know, it could be that kind of nuance. It could be the case of, I want to be with Kreese, but I don't want to be with Silver. Or I don't want to be with either of them, and I want to be with Daniel, the man who took me in. I want to be with my father. Like, this is what I mean. This is why Robbie's arc excites me so much, because he should, right, and I quote, and I say that, I emphasize this, he should be with Johnny. He shouldn't have even been with Daniel. He should have been with Johnny from the jump. But no, Daniel took him in, so he should have been with Daniel. Then fate waylaid them both, and he could have had a chance to be with Johnny. Johnny screwed it up, so obviously he's going to fall right into Kreese's clutches. Now, I know this story is told from Johnny's angle, but Johnny's failure is Robbie. And that's what I hope this season does address. And now that Daniel and Johnny are together, the likelihood, and I've covered this in a multitude of videos, I think they are going to reach out to Robbie multiple times before the All Valley. There is no way in hell they're just going to abandon him completely now that they're both on the same page. How many times across the seasons has Robbie been saying, you two could learn a lot from each other? Cares more about his rivalry with you than he does about me. You know, Robbie has been such a catalyst to bring these two together that now they're together, Robbie no longer needs to be a pawn in the middle of it. He can just enjoy being with both of them, because now they're on the same page, and Robbie was the catalyst for that at the end of Season 3, in the finale. I've said it before, all the storylines run through Robbie. He is absolutely integral to every single storyline, and story beat, and character choice. And this here excites me, because Robbie's the kind of character where if he goes completely dark, you can believe it. if he goes back to the light side, you could believe that as well. You know, I feel like Season 4 will be his darkest season. But I feel like Season 5 and 6, you could get Miyagi-Do Robbie back. Or you could get Miyagi-Do Robbie back, but in Cobra Kai, if you know what I mean. Like, I think he'll go where Kreese goes. But ultimately, this just excites me so much, because I have been saying for the longest time that I feel like Robbie... The back and forth and all this kind of stuff, it needs to come to a head. It needs to come to a clear decision. Robbie, where do you want to be? Where is your allegiance? You know, you can't blame anyone else now. Now it's your turn to choose. You get to choose who you side with. And I think once he sees what Kreese and Silver actually are like, I have no doubt in my mind he will want to go back to Daniel and Johnny, depending on what happens with Kreese and Silver. If there's a wedge driven between them two, he'll stay with Kreese. But it's tough to say, because I really want him to be with Johnny. One of my favourite scenes in the whole show is the bit before the school fight, when Robbie is in the car with Johnny, father and son, and now Daniel and Johnny are on the same page. They can share the load. They can find the balance that they've both been looking for. You know, you haven't got to worry about picking Miguel over Robbie or Robbie over Miguel, because Daniel can now help with that. You know, and it's not like Miguel will be palmed off to Daniel, but no doubt Miguel and Daniel will bond quite well over the Miyagi-Do training and all that stuff. It would fit Miguel's character so perfectly. And I feel like there is a future where Robbie and Miguel are on the same page. Not necessarily buddy-buddy and friends, but they could have a mutual understanding of one another. I honestly am so excited for Robbie's arc going forward, because Season 1 and 2 was alright, but Season 3 really amplified it to that anti-hero level of territory where I feel like we're in such a position that we really need Robbie to have a clear-cut decision on where his allegiance lies, and I think only he can make that choice. That's what's going to be exciting for me regarding this season. And to hear that Tanner's teasing it, and, you know, when he says dark side, I wonder if, Tanner, if you're watching my videos, shout out to you. Because I'm pretty sure I was the first person who compared him, you know, to Anakin Skywalker. I know there are other videos out there that have millions of odd views that are bigger than me, but I'm pretty sure I was the first person to say it. As soon as I saw the Season 3 finale, I was like, man, this is Revenge of the Sith with different characters. It's quite literally the same thing. But, you know, I am excited for Robbie's arc next season. I do think he's going to win the All Valley next season. Or this season, should I say. I got a video coming out on Friday on why I think he's going to win and why he deserves to win. But just hearing this, you know, it just builds up hype even more for us going towards Season 4, that rhymed. But I'm just so excited for this, you know, it's just, I want Robbie to go where he belongs, you know, I want him to be with Daniel and Johnny, I want him to get that closure. Before that, though, I want him to embrace the dark side, be Darth Vader for this season. But then, when it ends, like, come on, can you make peace with your father? Come on. Like, we have never had, and this is why I said to someone, you know, I don't think it will happen, but Robbie might win, but maybe he doesn't win it for Cobra Kai. Maybe he switches sides. Maybe he switches sides in the tournament. You never know. Like, honestly, you never know. Anything is off the table. But if I was a betting guy, I would say it's Robbie and Sam in the final. You know, Soul of the Valley, Battle of the Bloodlines, Lawrence versus LaRusso. It's written in the stars. But guys and girls, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of this tease. And we're marching forward to 6k subs. I can't thank you all enough for the support and everything. It's been absolutely insane lately. And if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, jump in the comment section down below, because as I say, the conversation starts here but carries on down there. And I will see you all in another video soon. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, you are not weak. Wait, no, that's not right. Oh yeah, you are weak. Woo! I get chills every time that line.